Hi, Coach Shawn here. You know, for a long time, I thought I was the problem. When my children pulled away, when the story about me started changing, when I was suddenly described as too emotional or unstable, I thought, well, maybe they're right. But here's what nobody tells you about abusive relationships. They break you, but not all at once, not dramatically, but slowly. It's like being cut over and over. Small cuts you try to ignore and forgive. But eventually you bleed. You cry, you react, you panic, you try to defend yourself. And then the narrative becomes, see, look at her. She's unstable. But wait a minute. You cut someone. If you cut someone, they're going to bleed. That's not instability. It's a biological response. Abuse dysregulates your nervous system. Gaslighting makes you question your memory. Isolation makes you desperate to be understood. So when parental alienation enters the picture and your child starts absorbing that distorted version of you, it hits a nervous system that's already wounded. And you start thinking, maybe I really am the problem. Maybe if I had been calmer, quieter, less reactive. Here's the truth. A regulated person does not become dysregulated for absolutely no reason. A confident parent does not collapse without sustained pressure. You weren't okay for decades and then suddenly you were unstable. That doesn't happen. It comes from abuse. You were pretty strong to last that long. You were responding to prolonged emotional injury, and when you were bleeding and blamed for bleeding, that didn't make you defective, it made you human. The goal now is not to replay everything you could have done differently. It doesn't matter. The goal is to heal your nervous system so that one day, if your child has an awakening, they meet the strongest, calmest version of you, not the broken one that survived the war. If you need help untangling what was abuse from what was your reaction to abuse, I work with parents rebuilding after alienation every single day. You are not the problem. You were injured. And then you were blamed for bleeding. I want you to save this video for days you start blaming yourself again. And if you're in the middle of parental alienation and questioning your own sanity, my link is in my bio. I work privately with scapegoated parents who are ready to stabilize, rebuild, and stop carrying shame that was never theirs. You are not the problem. You were injured.